Hello, everybody. This is Charles Kuck. It's great to be with you today. Managing partner here at Kuck, Baxter Immigration. That's me. Soy socio abogado. Charles Kuck, managing partner here at Kuck, Baxter. Great to be with you today. Un gran placer de estar en vivo con ustedes hoy día. Voy a hacerlo en los dos idiomas. I'm going to do it in English and Spanish today because there's so many people that have Spanish questions. Tengo tantos clientes que quieren hacer preguntas en español, entonces contesto las preguntas en los dos idiomas. Okay, the first thing, I want to do questions and answers in both. Let's start in English. Vamos a empezar en inglés con la reconciliación. Let's talk about what is Congress going to do. ¿Qué va a hacer el Congreso in regards to immigration, en cuanto a inmigración? So here's what we know. We know that by the 13th, which is next Monday, that the House has to have ready for the public and for the review of its own members its immigration proposals, its reconciliation package, what it's going to do as part of the reconciliation. Now, everybody knows, they should know by now, these are Kane rules. Okay, todos tienen que entender lo que va a hacer el Congreso y el por qué. So the way this works is this. The House and the Senate can pass what's called a budget reconciliation bill. This is a bill that deals with the budgetary economic impact items that is not subject to the filibuster in the Senate. So the House is always a majority vote. Democrats, if they were united, and they're not always united, can do what it wants. But the House and the Senate has to have 60 votes, basically for anything, unless it's a budget bill or judges, apparently. En el Congreso, para pasar algo de la Cámara de Representantes, puede tener voto de la mayoría, los demócratas tienen la mayoría y pueden pasar lo que quieran cuando están de acuerdo, pero casi nunca están de acuerdo. Pero cuando quieren hacerlo, pueden hacerlo. En el Senado, tienen que tener 60 de los 100 votos, sino que por asuntos de justicia, de jueces, y de asuntos de presupuestos, the budget. So, this is how, by the way, the Republicans passed a tax cut 3 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was, under Trump's tax cut. This is how they passed it, was reconciliation. You only needed 51 votes. So the Senate needs 50 votes. So anything that makes it so, one Democrat, because this House is 50-50 in the Senate. If one Democrat in the Senate opposes it, it doesn't pass. Because Republicans, they know how to vote together, and Democrats don't. Democrats know how to screw up their votes all the time. El asunto es que hay 50 republicanos y 50 demócratas en el Senado. Y si un demócrata decide, yo no voy a votar por esto, no hay voto. Lo pierden. Y sí, es verdad, demócratas pueden destruir un desfile de una persona, de un carro. I mean, the Democrats will screw up the most easiest thing in the world because they don't agree on something, rather than the bigger thing. Now, everybody's talking about the $3.5 trillion package. It's not a $3.5 trillion package. It's a $350 billion package, which is a small part of the budget, every year for 10 years. This is a 10-year plan. And somebody noted today on Twitter that you don't have to worry about this money because there is no way to spend it all. There's no way to spend it all. Can't spend all that money because local, state, they can't spend it. They have no way to do it. So it wouldn't even be that much. But anything that affects the budget, the budgetary impact, can be in the bill. Cualquier cosa que afecte el presupuesto, lo que gasta el gobierno cada año, puede ser el presupuesto. En el pasado, una vez, la propuesta de reconciliación incluyó un asunto de inmigración. One time in the past, the budget bill, the reconciliation bill, included an immigration component. So the idea is we're going to put, and the Senate and the House, some Republican senators are in favor of putting an immigration bill in this. All right, because they can vote against it, and yet it passes, right? If the Democrats get together. Now, what's going to be in it? ¿Qué va a estar dentro en cuanto a migración? Here's what we know right now. What we don't know is what we don't know. All right. So here's what we know. the DREAM Act will be in the bill, an expansive DREAM Act. The DREAM Act, which covers people that got here while Trump was president, be under the age of, I think, 17 and under. And that's literally a pathway right to a green card. La primera cosa que sabemos, probablemente que está dentro, es el DREAM Act, Act de Dream, los sueños, que incluye cualquier persona que entró al país antes del fin de la administración de Trump, antes de que tenían 18 años. Es una vía inmediatamente de la residencia. Punto. The second thing that we believe is in there is what's called the Promise Act, which is for TPS applicants. TPS are people from El Salvador, Honduras, other countries, been here for a long time, decades in some cases. And they will also have a relatively quick path to a green card. La otra cosa que va a hacer dentro es la presupuesto en esta reconciliación, es la TPS, la acta de promesa. Los con TPS, no venezolanos, que recién lo llegaron, pero los hondureños, salvadoreños, tal vez haitianos, tal vez sirianos, ellos tendrían una vía adelante a la residencia. All right, what else is in that bill? Probably in the bill is an agricultural worker bill, agricultural workers. So if you worked in agriculture for 90 days for each of 3 years, I think it's kind of a complicated formula, you will get on a path to legality. You'll get a work permit, you get a travel document, and you'll be on this path. It's a complicated path. Por los que han trabajado en la agricultura, tendrán una vía de la residencia. Si tenían trabajo por 90 días por cada año, por 3 años, es algo muy complicado. No es tan diferente de lo que pasó con la amnistía en 86, pero no es una vía inmediatamente de la residencia, es una vía a la legalidad, un permiso de trabajo, una estatus temporaria por 10 años. Eso es algo bueno. The next thing that we believe is in the bill is a bill for essential workers. Now, what is an essential worker? Now, you would say, oh, somebody works in a hospital. It's a cop. Factories, construction, food industry, all those people. They would also get on a path to legality, a path forward. So work permit, travel document. And frankly, a lot of people, they get a travel document, they get a legal entry, your kids can sponsor them. I mean, this would solve a lot of problems. Y la última cosa que sabemos que está dentro del presupuesto es lo sencillo, es esto. Que gente, lo siento que está tocando mi número aquí. Lo que sabemos que está dentro de esto es por trabajadores esenciales. No solamente porque es los que trabajan con salud, son los de salud, como enfermeras. Es por gente que trabaja en construcción, en la fábrica, en el campo, en los restaurantes. Gente que son esencial a la función de la sociedad y la economía nuestra. Este puede incluir millones de personas. Pero no es una vía a la residencia, es una vía a la legalidad, un permiso de trabajo, un permiso de viajar. Pero por tal gente, muchos que han estado aquí por 20 años, que tienen niños que tienen 21 años, que pueden pedirles si tenían una entrada legal. Pues con ese permiso podrían salir o reentrar y ya arreglar primero a sus hijos. So these are the 4 things that we believe are in this bill. Now, will there be other things in the bill? Probably. We believe that there will be a recapture provision in the bill to recapture all the unused immigrant visa numbers in every category and keep them in those categories. We're talking about 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 visas going back to 1992. This would be a huge boom. This would be fantastic for people, especially in the employment-based line, so they can get their green cards, and especially for Chinese and Indians, because it would solve the problem. Now, will the Eagle Act be in there? Will the 7% reduction be in there? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly, because it's just too controversial. But it might be, but I doubt it. But la otra cosa que van a tener dentro es esa cosa de reclamación de visas, reclamación de los visas inusados para apurar la residencia. Por los que han esperado de México por 20 años por su residencia, sería más rápido por medio de su familia. So we think these things are in this bill. We're pretty sure we'll know next Monday. So next Wednesday when we talk, we're going to talk about what's in the bill for sure. But get ready. Get ready to make some phone calls. Alístese para hacer llamadas cuando sabemos el lunes siguiente qué está dentro del presupuesto, porque tienen que votar antes del 27 y tienen que tener 2 semanas antes el idioma, el lenguaje de los textos del presupuesto. Next thing I want to talk about today is USCIS. Why are they taking so long? Why are they so backlogged? ¿Por qué se ha demorado tanto en cada categoría? Permisos de trabajo, visas, extensiones de visas, residencia, ciudadanía. Well, the reason they're so backlogged is because Donald Trump destroyed the system. Now, keep in mind, he didn't have to go very far to destroy the system. Little monkey wrench here, a little screwdriver here, and the system just falls apart by itself. It was already a disaster after 8 years of Obama paying no attention to it and extraordinary mismanagement and letting the inmates run the asylum, because that's what's been happening. The inmates are running the asylum at USCIS. So they're just, I mean, they literally are poorly managed. They're poorly run. They clearly don't have enough employees. They haven't managed their employees properly. I think they're way too heavy on management, way too heavy on management. They could probably fire half the managers tomorrow at USCIS and hire officers to do cases, and you would not notice any difference, except your cases would get done rapidly. So the reason is mismanagement, why they're taking so long, and they got a lot of cases. Okay, I get that. But you know what? They were paid to do these cases. They were paid to do them. Do you know that in March, April, May, and June of 2020, they didn't open the mail? Remember in August last year, we have no money, we're going to lay people off. Because they didn't open their mail for 3.5 months. And how does their money come in? It comes in the mail. Now they kind of joked about it, I think, in the hearing we had last week. It's not a joke. It's not funny. You didn't put on gloves, put on a mask, put on a hazmat suit. I don't care what you got to do. Get your money. That's what they're paying. People are paying to do their cases. How dare you not do your job? Extraordinary mismanagement. Extraordinary poor management. And who's running the agency today? Same people. They got two figureheads in place. General counsel has no immigration officer experience at all, which is terrible. I mean, really a terrible person to put in for that job, who has no actual experience in the actual agency, but instead is in the enforcement side. Her whole career is enforcement, judging and enforcement. Terrible, terrible choice for general counsel. And the director, Urchin, is great. I mean, she was a general counsel. I mean, she knows immigration. But how much can one person do to change the agency? Who, as of last week, hadn't even been to the office. They're working from home. Hadn't even been to the office. I mean, really. So immigration is behind because of extraordinarily poor management. Somebody's got an angry face on you. Who's got an angry face? Delta, don't be angry. Get even. Vote, as President Obama said. Don't get angry. Vote. And of course, entonces, ¿por qué se ha demorado tanto inmigración? Porque la gerencia es horrible. Mala gerencia. No hay oficiales. Hay demasiada gerencia y no hay oficiales suficientes para hacer la obra, por lo cual están pagándose. Ni abrieron su correo por 3 meses y medio entre marzo y julio. Entonces, si no abren su correo, no hay dinero para pagar a la gente, porque todo su dinero está en el correo. Yo sé, increíble, ¿no? So, the last thing I want to talk about is the U visas. So, supposedly, USCIS is going through all 150,000 U visa cases that are pending at the Vermont Service Center for the last 5 years and seeing who's got a bona fide case. But we got we have probably a couple hundred U visas pending. We got 15 of those letters saying, hey, you get a work permit now. I haven't got anything since. I think they shifted people back off of that to work for Afghanistan or something else. I hate to even use the little Dutch boy as an example, if you even know what that is. You can Google him. But it's more like whack-a-mole. You ever played whack-a-mole? You got a big hammer, pop on the mole, want to pop. That's what immigration's like. Pop the hole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. Instead of figuring out how to get more hammers or how to have fewer moles, you just keep whacking away. La cosa con la visa es que básicamente ya estaban trabajando por como 2 meses para averiguar quién tiene un buen caso para tener un permiso de trabajo. Y recibimos como 15 cartas como esta, aunque tenemos cientos de casos pendientes por la visa. ¿Por qué abandonaron esto? Y seguramente tiraron su gente a trabajar con los casos de Afganistán en vez de tener más empleados. Esa es la cosa. La visa son 5 años atrasados. Y lo siento por los que están esperando, porque inmigración me parece que no están haciendo su trabajo. All right, so let's ask some questions today. Let's get some questions. All right. Lucas, good to see you. I hope all is well. Go is nothing. Let me check if anything happened while we were on here. Nope. We have no go news since I got him online. Sorry. Adib, good to see you. Jadu, they will hide the updated registry date in the budget reconciliation bill. Wouldn't Jadu? I hope you are correct. That would be totally awesome. Totally awesome. Now, I don't think if they were going to do it, I don't think they'd put it in 2011 because if you look the last time they updated registry, which was in the 86 Act, they put it in 72. So you had to be here for 14 years. So if they're going to do it, they would put it 2007, which would basically mean everybody with Daca would get a green card because, you know, you had to be here before 2007. But I don't know. It would be cool if they did that. But I don't know if they will. I think it'd be awesome if they did. A lot of people would get help. I mean, it would solve millions. I would suggest that virtually 80% of the undocumented folks could get a green card then. 80%. Just have to change anything else. Just, well, you wouldn't have to change it. Permanent bar people would probably need to do that. Marlia, good to see you. We got Roz. Good to see you. If the judge made a delays order for zero number, can you explain what will happen in our case? I did summary judgments. I already explained this. We win. Judge is going to issue this before the end of the month. He may be waiting to see how many immigration approves so he can reserve a certain number. Ordering immigration now to adjudicate cases is thinking about it out loud. They're already doing it. I mean, they already shifted their focus. They said we scared them into doing it, right? So they're last year they had to be ordered to do it. Now we scared them into doing it. Now they're doing it, and he's going to wait and see probably, well, how many do I have to order? Because ours is a final judgment. It's not a PI. So final judgment, I mean, that's actually better for everybody. The judge says we're going to order 25,000, however many they have left. They said in July that they had 6,000 interviews scheduled in August and September, and we know there's more than that getting interviewed. We know that. But we also put people that aren't getting interviewed at all. So, yes, you might reserve 25,000 numbers, but, you know, they might say, well, we used up all our numbers in Latvia, so we're not going to win from Latvia's getting any more because we used all the Latvia numbers. Because every country's got a certain number. I mean, the goal is everybody in a certain country gets their numbers. Okay. All right, Aldib, is there any hope for favorable Julie? There's always hope, Aldib. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How about Jacob? I'm not Jacob's lawyer. You should call Jacob's lawyers. Marcos, good to see you. Jadu, will they update? Or you already will they? You're saying they will or will they? Will they? I doubt it. But if you're saying they will, I mean, I'd love to believe you. I mean, they will update registry date. I mean, this must be something on the Twitter machine today. I love when something goes on the internet, everybody repeats the same thing over and over again as if we're going to will it into existence. Kind of cool. Praman, is this program real? You should do anything to solve the problem that attacks it. I don't know what that means, but I think I do that every single day. You said Go Fibula will take 2 months. I didn't know Go. I mean, I know Mr. Go has a fibula, but I don't know what that means that takes 2 months. Venezolanos entran en la reforma migratoria reconocido bajo DED. Probablemente no. I mean, y no quieren DED, quieren TPS. DED no es tan bueno como TPS. I mean, you keep asking this. If you can't issue in many cases, so save it first for the fiscal. Well, I agree. That would be obviously the key. Saludos desde la República. Saludos, Víctor. Me encanta tu país. Me encanta tu país. ¿Por qué si los venezolanos con TPS no entran en este foro? ¿Por qué todos los abogados lo dicen que sí entrarán? ¿Quiénes son todos los abogados? ¿Quiénes son? ¿Puedes nombrarlos? No puedes nombrarlos porque no existen. Además, si no tienen ninguna idea. Hay que recordar, María, algunos abogados quieren su dinero. Entonces van a llenar tu cabeza lleno de cosas que tú quieres escuchar, en vez de decirte la verdad. La razón que venezolanos no van a estar en la reforma de TPS, van a darles la residencia, es que no han estado aquí. Por tiempo, este proceso de residencia por los con TPS es por los que están aquí por 20 años, 10 años, 8 años. Venezolanos son recién llegados y recién dado la TPS. Entonces yo no creo que va a pasar esto. Ni siquiera han publicado quienes apliquen o. Honestamente, Moría, no sé de qué estás hablando. Si no siquiera mal dicho quiénes aplican o no, porque usted dice que no serían beneficiarios, que no han dicho quiénes son, quiénes no. Ok, bueno, cree quien quieres, María, cree quien quieres. Si quieres creer en lo imposible, hágalo. Mago Pinto, creo es por el tiempo que tiene el TPS, pero si tendrán un permiso diferente, bueno, honestamente, TPS por Venezuela van a extender durante el tiempo de la presidencia de Biden, porque Maduro no va a cambiar. La gente de Venezuela no van a quedarse para tener una revolución contra Maduro. Entonces, nada va a cambiar, pero no van a tener la residencia por este modo. Any update on documented illegal frontline healthcare essential workers? Yes, healthcare workers. What I understand, Raph, that's a good question. I forgot. I don't know why I didn't really mention that. But if folks like let's say they're on H-1B, they're in a million-year long for Indians, they would have a special provision for them to skip that line and get a green card essential worker program. It'd be kind of cool. HR 6 states Democrats every day were eligible for DPS, DVD. Yeah, that's not gonna be in there. Sorry, I just don't think it's gonna be in there. Thank you, Ricardo. Is there any chance immigration should be cut off from the reconciliation order? Yes, Victor, that is quite possible. That's why we just don't know. It's up to this one person to decide if it's in or not. Now, the thing about immigration is immigration is not a cost. There's a jillion studies out there that immigration is a net positive. I mean, I think they need immigration in the bill to pay for other things. So, can a DACA recipient apply for advanced parole? Absolutely, and you should. Go play. The government interviews Afghans people in Zoom. Is it possible? Of course it's possible, but they're not doing it. Any update on DACA? Nope, DACA is just frozen right now. I think what's going to happen is really I think the courts are kind of waiting for, and frankly, where DACA is frozen at in the Fifth Circuit's not a good place at all. So better that it's frozen the way it is than not existing at all. La ley es retroactiva. Habrá que esperar a que digan cómo será este forma. Yeah, vamos a ver lo que dicen. Oderbach, I'll hope Judge Maida gives us a positive sign as Judge Frank Ciprio did for all people. Good vibes. I agree. Anything about an EOS, AOS delay case? We're waiting. We're submitting our response, our reply brief this Friday. Greg is writing the first draft of that, waiting to see that. I think we got some great stuff to go. I think the government submitted a really weak reply brief. The question will be whether the judge thinks that. I don't know if my question is that I'm an AOS diversity visa base, AOS base. Cleared by Mexico, only the interview. My they're closing the hurricane. Oh, dude, Maria, you better hire a local lawyer. You better hire a lawyer in New Orleans that will knock this out of the park. You will not get this done yourself. You should be calling your congressman, your senator's offices, and you hire a lawyer to do that, a local lawyer who knows the people to call. Otherwise, you're going to lose your green card. What about interviews for lottery at the Cairo embassy? I don't know anything about them. ¿Qué posibilidad tiene una persona que haya entrado ilegal para poder arreglar su estatus? Trabaja en la reconstrucción. No puede. Si no tiene esposo o padres que son residentes ciudadanos. Lo siento, Dolinsky. Iraq TV 21 minutes couldn't have interviews. Do something. I don't know. What am I talking to me? I think I am doing something. Mi disculpo por no haber saludado antes. Oh, Dolinsky, good to see you. Okay, Philip. Still positive on the go. I think so, Philip. I think we're in good shape. Is over. No, it's not over because we don't know how they're allocating stuff. Take it serious. Save our rights. Take it serious. Because I haven't been doing that, really. Nothing I've been doing is to help you, right? Well, Farman, wake up, man. Snap out of it. Snap, chop, chop. Henny, what can go different from Gomez and prepare for plaintiffs? Because we're not a class action, and Gomez is a class action. Kind of a big difference. Are you asking for name reservation of visas and go? Honey, how many times have you watched this show that I've answered that question? If not, go back and watch the rest of the shows. Osama, do you still expect the Go will take a separate order away from other cases and there's a chance for Go consolidation? I don't think he's going to consolidate Go. I think he's really upset with other lawyers in the case, in the other cases. I think we're going to get our own separate order, which will have a universal effect, is what I think is going to happen. PIKs have to have summary judgment, and we already, yeah, exactly. You got it right. Let's see. General Grievous. Wait a second. Didn't Obi-Wan kill you? I don't know. In episode 3? I thought you were dead. Rose, good to see you. Thanks for response. If Judge made a reserve visa, I think he reserves. I think he's going to reserve all the ones that aren't issued. That's why he's kind of waiting to see how many they've issued. Once GM orders reservation visa and go, is going to be relief for non-DQ plaintiffs. Well, again, Department of State is going to process people in the order They're selected by number. And then within that, supposedly within those that are documentarily qualified first. So they're they were a little opaque about this, and we're still waiting to get clarification. PIK set that from a judge. Oh, you already left that. DQ save Iraqi winners. I've been trying that for a long time. Will you consider a win if judge reservees, but not for plaintiffs? Will I consider a win? Of course I'll consider it a win, because plaintiffs will be included in that. And if plaintiffs listened to us, they would have sent all their documents in months ago and should be documentarily qualified or close to it. So, and we know they don't have 25,000 documentarily qualified people. So of course we will consider it a win, because we made them issue the visas that they would never have issued absent the lawsuit. So you're damn right, it's a win. Lunas Cable, DV 2020. Why some CN when checking the SEAC search did not return data? I don't know what that means, Lunas. I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. Can you make a local lawyer? In New Orleans, you know what I'll do? I will use the Google machine, and we'll put in New Orleans immigration lawyers. And who do we got here? Oh, you might want to call. Actually, I know her. This is. Oh yeah, I think you probably want to call these people. They're usually pretty good. Let's see. You want to call. Where's Kathleen Gasparian? Kathleen Gasparian. She's terrific. I've worked with her for years. Good lawyer. Hopefully she can. I mean, really, DV you need. It's an adjustment application is what you need. Do some people consider dropping out of K1 in favor of doing CO1? Because I agree. Daniel, you have to understand from my perspective. If you come to me, say I want to do a K1, I will talk you out of it. I hate K1s for this reason. K1s aren't a priority, whereas immediate relatives are a priority. I mean, it's really that simple. I've been in this position for years. I hate the K1. It's like spending extra money for nothing. And you get a green card a lot faster if you're the foreign national. That's my opinion. I mean, I've said that publicly many, many times. But for people that are fighting for the K1, they don't want to get married abroad. They fight for the K1. If passed, will spouses of DACA recipients be eligible for permanent residence? I don't think so. But the DACA recipients can sponsor their spouses for permanent residence. That's something that could happen. Marcel, qué gusto en verte. Yo amo a Marcel. Ella es una amiga buena y tiene hijos increíblemente buenísimos. Go play. Could the U.S. law codes prevent the judge from not making it? I have no idea what U.S. law codes you're referring to. I'm sorry, Malek. A sort of secret thing I'm not aware of. What are the requirements filed for an I-130 for DACA? Well, you must have a U.S. citizen spouse. And you must be married. You must show that you're really married. You must have your birth certificate, marriage certificate, and you send it off to immigration with a boatload of money, preferably using a lawyer to make sure it's done correctly. Hatem, no updates. Early documented dreamers. Documented dreamers, my understanding, are included in the DREAM Act, is what I understand. And that's a big thing with Dick Durbin, who's really running. Dick Durbin's running point on this, so you should be happy about that. The K1 Manila case, previously discussed, infamous July 4th party. Well, there's no evidence. We can't submit evidence until the motion to dismiss is resolved. So, Kristen Black, until now, I don't understand the case TV winner. For real, it's blowing my mind. Listen, I can't get interviewed yet. What's really happening? We're waiting for the judge to tell us how they're going to issue the visas and to whom. Ghent. In a case the judge orders a visa reservation, what could be the time frame? Well, we know the time frame they wanted for DV 2020, which was in DV 2023. So we don't know. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. The judge asked you in a hearing if you want a reservation or till. No, the judge, what I want. I said I want both. I want both. Ronald DaCosta, I have sent docs and I am DQ. I'm not going to get relief until I get my pardon date from JM because we need back in my country. I agree. It would be disappointing, which is why we asked for you to get priority. So do you think it may be wise to drop out of the K1 lawsuit? I mean, I don't know what your date is. I don't know when you filed, Daniel, for the green card, for the K1. But the thing is, if you're going to get married, you got to come back. You file the I-130. That's going to take you 8 to 12 months. Then you got to get in the regular CR1 line at the consulate. I mean, it's going to be another 18 months. So at this point, it might not be worth it. Do I think Iranian play doesn't go? I do, because the government was I think the court's going to tell them find a way to interview these people. Figure out something. Are you taking new clients from an advanced pro? Yes, Jacqueline, we're doing that. Give us a call. And this is true for everybody. Si quieren una consulta, llama por la consulta. Estamos aquí. If you want if you want to interview with us, just give us a call. You know, we have 13 lawyers. We got 50 people that work here. We do every type of immigration, and we do lots of Daca cases for those folks who want to travel. Clau, my sister will be 21 soon. Woo! Does she have to wait 21 months? No, she can file a day of her birthday. But remember, your parents had to have entered with a visa if they're in the United States. If they entered illegally and they have no protection under 245I, then your sister can't help them. Let's see. Why case numbers? I don't know what you're talking about, Lunas. DV 2020 is not on the CIA website, and the government explained that in the hearing. I didn't quite follow what it was. Again, but what are you guys as lawyers going to propose? Again, you need to go back and listen to all the stuff we have already proposed. Or you can read our briefs. It's all right there. Farman, why do you skip my comments? Farman, maybe you talk too much. Maybe you answer too many questions. And maybe I already answered them. Let's see. Usman, good to see you. All right. So great, everybody, for coming in today. We appreciate you. Gracias por todos de venir hoy día y hablar con nosotros. I'll be back next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, hopefully talking about the reconciliation bill and the details. Regresaré el próximo miércoles. Mañana tendremos nuestra sociedad en China, in Mandarin. Tomorrow, Christine in Mandarin will be live. And on Friday, we've got, I think, my partner Dustino, en español el viernes. Y el lunes, por supuesto, in YouTube for Impact Litigation. So see you Monday night, my next time online. Till then, good luck to you. Bye-bye.